Hi, parents. Going to rapid fire some of this stuff. I don't want to make 10-minute videos every single week. So we will rapid fire through this stuff. And if you have questions, just email me at the end or shoot me a text if you have my phone number. I'll start with events and then I'll get to content. So, first, in October, we have two events. First is October 19th with Chelsea Ryan's Festival of Hope. You should see a sign up genius link over my face right now. Go to that in order to sign up to volunteer there. We will not have rally point that night. It is expected that students go and serve there either with their families or small groups or by themselves if they don't go with anyone else. Second, in October, Fall Festival, which is the next Sunday, we also will not have rally point that night. And it will also be expected that students are serving there in some capacity, either with their families or groups. So I'm not sure if I have a link for that, but you can find at lakeside.org. You can go to the events tab and find a sign up sheet for that as well. And then in November, the big event that we have for the fall retreat, it always sneaks up on us because registration opens on October 1st. That is next Wednesday. And we don't get a ton of time as soon as the semester starts to talk about fall retreat. And so I just want to briefly give you a concept of fall retreat. It's 3 days. It's a Friday night, Saturday all day, and then Sunday morning. It's $120 for the entire weekend. That comes with a shirt. That comes with lodging. That comes with meals. That comes with meals all day on Saturday and lunch on Sunday. So well worth the money because it's always a blast. We also have given a facelift, a massive, much needed facelift to certain areas of this, including rec, including teaching, where we are really being intentional with every minute that we use and every day that we have together at higher ground. And so important to note, you do have to provide your own transportation there. But again, every investment in this is truly like an investment that bears fruit. Fall retreat is awesome. I'm super excited. Theme and stuff will be coming out next week. We will be opening registration on October 1st. It'll run all the way through the month of October to October 31st. If money is an issue, please do not hesitate to reach out. I don't want money to keep a teenager from going to fall retreat. So really looking forward to that. And then also, added note, in October, we're starting a high school Bible study. Here's a QR code to go sign up. Any high schoolers, 9th through 12th grade, on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 8, from October 1st to November 5th, we will be doing a Bible study in the book of James. And I just wanted to tack on an extra thing in the fall for high schoolers to dive deep into Scripture. If you can make it, great. If not, oh well. I hate that you have to miss it. You do have to register for that. I need a head count to make sure that we can do it. So please go sign up if you are interested in participating in that. Then outside of those events, I'll get to content now for this coming Sunday, and I'll try and make it very, very quick. We've been in the series Poser, which is looking at things that the world tells us that we should be placing our faith in order to find success. We talked about possessions, where we think the more we have, the more our problems will be solved. We talked about pleasure last week, which is putting ourselves in the most comfortable situation possible, being able to relax and live life smoothly. We talked about how life is never smooth. Something always comes up. All of that pointing back to you have to make sacrifices in order to be satisfied, because you have to sacrifice yourself in order to be with God. That's what we're called to pick up our cross daily and follow Him. This week, we're kind of shifting and looking more so at not what we seek to have, but what we don't have in the first place. And that is power. That is our week 3 topic. We're in 1 Samuel 17 talking about David and Goliath. An iconic story, one that I have in my little art gallery up here. That's why the camera's at a weird angle. I look at it every day. And we are going to look at power, where we have David the Philistine soldier or Goliath the Philistine soldier, and David the shepherd who lived in Israel, whose brothers were a part of the Israelite army, and how David was convinced of his ability to defeat Goliath, not because of his strength, but because of his faith. All of Israel was cowering at the threat of Goliath. But David, knowing he was well practiced, knowing that he had defended from wild animals, defended his flock from wild animals, knew that he could defeat Goliath. It was just a matter of having the nerve to do it. And David recognizes that it's not his own ability that's going to give him the strength to be able to defeat Goliath, but his faith in God. And so, in 3 parts, we'll talk about gifts, talents, and abilities, and about how we're uniquely created with those gifts, talents, and abilities. David, his gift was combat. He was gifted with a sling, which he used to defend. It was a long, kind of slingshot looking thing with just rocks in it. And you would get some crazy velocity on those rocks. And he knew he could kill a man with it. And he knew that he could defeat this man who was mocking God and the armies of Israel. But he doesn't focus on that. He doesn't focus on what he gains. He focuses on how much glory he can bring to God. He's gifted not for himself, but for the kingdom. And so by the end, by point 3, we will talk about Jesus as our source of power. Everything we do and everything we're gifted for is meant to be used for the kingdom, not for ourselves or anything else. And so all of our gifts, talents, and abilities we have are only useful as far as they glorify the kingdom, with our bottom line being, in his power, we can do more than we ever thought or imagined. A couple questions for the car ride home, and then I'll let you go. Question 1, what do you think are your God-given gifts, talents, and abilities? And question 2, how are you using your gifts for God versus yourself? So those are some questions to chew on during the week after this message. As always, if you have questions about any of these things, don't hesitate to reach out or find me on Sunday. If I don't hear from you, I'll see everyone on Sunday morning or Sunday night.